Yo, what is going on everybody? It's Juan Solo here with ASQD Gaming and welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so much for tuning in today for some more Ghost Recon Breakpoint. So in today's video, we're actually going to be talking about weapon blueprints and how big of a role they're actually going to be playing in the longevity of Ghost Recon Breakpoint. So for those of you guys that have actually played Ghost Recon Wildlands, you know that for instance, if you had a particular weapon that you liked, every time you started a new campaign or a new playthrough, you went and found that weapon and then you pretty much stuck to that weapon throughout the rest of your playthrough. But that is not necessarily going to work that way with Ghost Recon Breakpoint, because as you progress through the game, your character is going to level up, some of your gears and stuff is going to level up, and you're not necessarily going to be able to use those weapons that you found early on because they're not going to be as powerful as weapons that are closer to your level, and that's where the weapon blueprints come in. So I'm going to read some of this next information actually from an article that Ghost Recon and Ubisoft put up over on the official Ghost Recon website, because they went on to say that they know that some players want to focus on one kind of weapon and they want them to be able to do just that if it's important to them, and this can be done by acquiring weapon blueprints in the open world of Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Every weapon in the game will have a blueprint associated with it, and once you have the weapon's blueprint, that weapon will be yours forever, because with the blueprint unlocked, you will be able to craft that weapon at your current level at Erewhon, which is your base of operations in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. But that is not the only way to get a new version of those weapons. You obviously can acquire those in the open world from an enemy drop, chests, etc. However, for those who really want to focus on one weapon in particular, we recommend finding its blueprint, because if you guys are set on one particular weapon, as you progress, that weapon is basically going to become obsolete very quickly depending on how fast you're leveling up your character. But if you have the blueprint, you can literally craft that weapon over and over and over again at each individual level. That way it stays very comparable to what your other stats are. And blueprints are actually acquired in many different ways in the game, so you can explore the open world to find intel that will give you the locations of blueprints in camps and other areas. But some missions will also reward you with rare blueprints as well. Defeating bosses will give you access to some of the blueprints of their signature weapons, as well as difficult challenges like the behemoth drones and wolf camps will also reward you with some of the more interesting blueprints in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. And then they also went on to say that when the raid comes out, it will include blueprints from some very cool and unique weapons. And I know a lot of people that I've actually talked to about this in the comment section are a little bit weary about how this is going to work, but it's not really anything different than Ghost Recon Wildlands, because if you really like a weapon, go and find its blueprint first in the world, and then that's basically the same scenario. That weapon is yours forever. But on a side note, when you're actually talking about the weapons and the leveling and stuff like that, every single enemy in the game that is a human enemy can be taken down with one shot to the head. Obviously, if it's an armored enemy, the first shot is going to basically damage the helmet. The second shot, you will be able to actually fully kill that enemy. But the weapon damage that each of your weapons are going to do, depending on what level, it doesn't really matter as long as you have a precise aim and you always go for that one-shot headshot. You don't really have to worry about your weapons. Obviously, from a personal preference, you can kind of do whatever you want, but when it comes from a damage standpoint, every human enemy dies in this game with one precise shot to the head. So keep that in mind when you're choosing your weapons and stuff like that. You don't have to go super crazy with them if you're a very precise player. But overall, that's pretty much going to do it for the video. I just kind of wanted to give you guys a rundown of the weapon blueprints, because they are probably one of the most important things in the game when it comes to your weapons, because once you acquire that blueprint, that weapon is going to be yours for the rest of the time playing that playthrough. But like I said, that's all for the video. If you guys enjoyed it, you guys are excited about going out in the open world and tracking down your favorite weapon blueprint, make sure to drop a like on the video and also subscribe if you are new to stay up to date on the latest information surrounding Ghost Recon Breakpoint on the channel moving forward. But that is all for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.